In this video, me and my group will be explaining about the history of Subway, Starbuck, and KFC. By the way, this is an English project, and I hope you enjoy. And let's get into the first topic. Hello, my name is Wasipon, number 5 from class 414. Today, I will talk about Subway history. But first, if you think McDonald's has the most franchise around the world, you are wrong. Because it was actually Subway that has the most franchise around the world. It has over 40,000 stores around the world from 111 countries, but from all of that, it was all franchise. And Subway has a slogan of Eat Fresh. Okay, so let's start now. Everything started from the man named Fred Luca in the year 1965. He graduated from a high school from Bridgeport City in America. At first, his goal was to study in a good university and have a good job, but Fred Luca doesn't have enough money to study at your university. So he applied a job because he wanted to collect money to go to a university he wants. But the money that he gets from that job isn't enough for him to study at university. So he went to meet one of his old friends, and his friend introduced him to his family. And that was the first time that Fred Luca met Dr. Pete Buck. Then Dr. Pete Buck has a conversation with Fred Luca, and Fred Luca tells him about his goal and asks Dr. Pete Buck that he wants to borrow his money to go to a university. Dr. Pete Buck tells Fred Luca that he wants to know what will he study and how will he pay back the money to Dr. Pete Buck. Fred Luca tells Dr. Pete Buck that he wants to be a doctor and have a good job at a hospital. After Dr. Pete Buck knows everything, he tells Fred Luca that it wasn't a good plan for him because after Dr. Pete Buck talked to Fred Luca, he knows that Fred Luca has a mindset of a good businessman. So Dr. Pete Buck gives Fred Luca $1,000 to start a business, and at that time, it was a huge amount of money. Dr. Pete Buck tells Fred Luca to open a sandwich store if he doesn't know what he will do. And that was the start of the Subway. But at first, Subway isn't named Subway. It was named Pete's Submarine, but most of the customers think that it was a pizza store because of the name. So they had changed the name to Pete's Subway, but people still think that it was a pizza store. So they cut every word out and changed it to Subway only. At start, they had a slogan of Eat Fresh, and they want every customer to eat everything fresh, and everything started to go well, and Fred Luca got to study at a university he wants. And at that time, Fred Luca has a new goal, that in 10 years he wants to open 32 Subway stores. But 8 years later, he has only 16 stores of Subway, but he still wants to open 32 stores. Fred Luca and Dr. Pete Buck has a conversation about what they will do next and how will they open 32 stores. And they end up with the franchise business. At first, they don't know where would they start, so they go and meet his old friend named Brian Dixon. He is a man who really wants to do a business, but he doesn't know where will he start. So Fred Luca and Dr. Pete Buck tell him about the Subway franchise and ask him that will he want to do an investment on the Subway franchise. At first, Brian is still afraid that it would fail and lost a lot of profit. So Fred Luca and Dr. Pete Buck offer something that everyone wants. Every businessman wants that. He offered that if the store that he opened doesn't make profit and fail, they will buy back all the store and pay all the costs he used. And that was the start of the Subway franchise. And they continue selling Subway franchise until now. Okay, now, the fact that you get from this story. The first plan you think might not be the best plan. Thanks. Okay, so next will be Panupong talking about Starbuck. Okay.
If you're talking about the biggest coffee company in the world, I only know that you're thinking about Starbucks. Hi, I'm Panupong Sikinrat. Today I'm gonna talking about history of Starbucks. In 1981, Howard chose a sales representative for Himaplus, a Swedish company that made kitchen equipment and housewares, from which Starbucks bought 12 coffee makers. Notice how large the company's orders were, which prompted him to pay it a visit. Schultz was so impressed that he decided to pursue a career at Starbucks, and he was hired as the head of marketing in 1982. Schultz noticed that first-time customers sometimes felt uneasy in the stores because of their lack of knowledge and about coffees. So he worked with store employees on developing customer-friendly sales skills and produced brochures that made it easy for customers to learn about the company's product. Schultz's biggest idea for the future of Starbucks came during spring 1983 when the company sent him to Milan to attend an international housewares show. While in Italy, he was impressed with the country's cafes and he thought of doing something similar in Starbucks. However, both Wienerberger were not enthusiastic about Schultz's idea, as they did not want Starbucks to deviate much from its traditional model of business. They wanted Starbucks to remain strictly a coffee and equipment seller and not turn into a cafe that served espressos and cappuccinos. Seeing that he would not be able to pursue both Wienerberger to embrace the cafe's idea, Schultz left Starbucks in 1985 and started his own coffee chain called Il Generale, which in Italy means newspaper, and it was an immediate success and quickly expanding into multiple cities. In March 1987, both Wienerberger decided to sell Starbucks, and Schultz was so quickly to purchase this company, and he combined all operations under the Starbucks brand and committed to the cafe concept for the business with additional sales of beans, equipment, and other items in Starbucks stores. The company entered into meteoric period of expansion that continued after the company went public in 1992. In 1996, it began opening stores outside North America, and Starbucks soon became the largest coffee house chain in the world. By the early 21st century, Starbucks had presence in dozens of countries around the globe and operated over 30,000 stores. It began selling food and in its cafes in 2003. Schultz was replaced as CEO by Kevin Johnson in 2016 and as chairman by Marion Woolman in 2018. The world's largest Starbucks Reserve Roastery opened in Chicago in 2019.
Well, that was a great story from Panupong. And next is Manya talking about KFC. I hope you enjoy.
Hello, my name is Amanya. Today I'm gonna talk about KFC. Maybe you would have noticed how was KFC started, but someone is just curious. In present, I will tell you how did KFC start. KFC was founded by Colonel Harlan Sanders, who began selling chicken from the roadside, but that is not where he started. Sanders was born in September 1890. During he was young, his dad died and he is living with his mother. He needs to take care of his 6-year-old younger brother. He is talented in cooking. When he is 12 years old, he moved out to live with his uncle because he is having conflict with his family. He started to work on many jobs such as insurance, firefighter, and deliver. When he was 15, he faked his birth document to be a soldier for a short time, then he got kicked out. When he is 65, he got retire money for $105. After that, he realized that he is talented at cooking. Then he took out his secret recipe of fried chicken. He took $85 to buy the ingredients and start cooking. He's selling his chicken to the people in his village. His business started to grow and grow. Finally, he can open the first official restaurant named Kentucky Fried Chicken. After that, he was opened another restaurant in hotel with the capacity of 140 seats, and he kept increasing his franchise till 1964. He is selling his business to the accredited investor, but unfortunately, he's dead in 1980 during increasing franchise. Unfortunately, there is a lack of chicken accord. KFC started to shut down location in response to their missing ingredients, which mean only 266 of the 870 restaurants in UK and Ireland were open. And this is how KFC solved his crisis. According to the upper text, it turns out that increasing chicken supply helped KFC get its chicken supply chain back up and running again. Next, I'm talking about the branch expansion in Thailand. Central Group is the one who imported KFC to Thailand in the name of CRG, that stands for Central Restaurant Group, and are available to trade in Thailand stock market. In 2021, there are 700 active branches in Thailand. Next, I'm specifically talking about the major menu of KFC, which is chicken. Chicken is the major things that the customer usually order, and it is the first thing that made the store become famous. The only advantage is the taste of the chicken. However, there are many flavors of the chicken, but the most famous is spicy chicken and normal taste. One of them are my favorite one. People are often grab some drink with chicken. Maybe it is the marketing of KFC. In conclusion, KFC are present now in the top seller chart, and the recipe have been developed to the higher level to get more customer. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, and this is the end of the video. All of the information is from Google and YouTube. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thanks.